Hello everybody. I did put up a notification on Facebook that I deleted half of my video because I do it with an iPad and I store it on a little, one of these little things, and it couldn't have copied it because when I went to retrieve half of the video that I'd already edited and everything, it wasn't there, and I'd already deleted all the other files. So yes, I was a little bit annoyed, but never mind, we shall do another one. So what you see here, like this, okay, will be like at the end, because half of the video has got the finishing touches and everything, okay? But when I do it now, the colours might be slightly different and things like that, okay? Because I'm going to show you the first part of it, which is the colouring and what I used and things like that. So you have to, very, very sorry about that. And the challenge, this is, the craft along challenge, and I picked out, it was a brayer and a trifold. Okay, so I come up with doing a trifold with some A5 envelopes and using acrylic paints and a brayer, okay, to create the background, which is all here. Yeah, okay, I won't show the inside because that bit you'll see in a minute anyway. All right, so the first thing we do is, well, I picked my napkins. I use this one, but I think for this one I'm doing now, I'm going to use that one. Yeah, because I think that looks nice too, nice and spring and quite delicate again, and nice white background. All right, so you see the underneath colour. So that's what happens here. You actually see what's going on. It was actually a really good video because there was parts of it where I sort of like said, I really don't know where this is going. And it was a shame because there was quite a few laughs in there. So, it's going to happen again. Definitely. Because I was brayering it and doing things and I thought, oh my gosh, what do I do with this? So anyway, so I done 2 A5 envelopes, okay, back to back, and all I do is cut along here to open them out to get the trifold. All right, so that I do it that way, okay, because I want the flap. Actually, I want the flap like that. I put them together. Oh, not like that. There. Yep, that's right. That's okay. And then I cut that one off. That's right. Sorry, I forgot already. Yep. So that's two A5 envelopes opened out, and then we create our trifold from that. All right. So what I'm going to do first is just stick this together, okay, with Tyvek in the middle, not in the middle because it's a trifold. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let's do my trifold now. I just do, let me get that out of the way. Sort of like that, yeah. Okay. So give them a good crease. I think that'll work. Because if that's upside down, you see how it comes out. It's like that. Okay. Give that a nice crease. And that will be it. This is our front. Yeah. But just got to make sure that's that's better. All right, so you've got a little bit of overhang. That's that way, and this is where the Tyvek goes. All right, done now. So I'll do that. So I'm going to stick Tyvek in there. Yeah, I'm not worried about this because I trim it to 8 1/4. All right, so and I'll do that. Yeah, and then stick the other one on the top. Like so. Okay, and then because we've got the fold here, we do the same there. All right, one of these I cut off, so I might not actually. It might be all right to keep that there for my flap. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just go and stick that together, and then I'll be back. Okay. Right, I actually, when I first done this, I left this one on, okay, until I'd finished, right, because it's a matter of adding colour, and then because I trimmed this a bit shorter, right, because it was actually a bit too high. All right, but what we do now is we get our, you know, corners, not corners, this folded in to make our trifold. Yeah, that's going to go there, like that. And I'm doing the back to back because I found the envelopes, all right, it's going to stick there until I get some paint on, was a little bit thin. All right, so I found I needed to put another envelope on, all right, for the thickness. Okay, so what I do first is get rid of these so I know where I am. Okay, so that's just a matter of cutting down here and trimming that off. Okay. And the same with that one. Okay, and then we get our shape. Just by lining that up like that. Okay, and then trim off there. And the same with the other side, even though I do end up cutting this one of them off. Okay, it's just nice to ink them all up together. There we go. That's it. This is going to be the front. So I'll do the inside first, which is this is the inside. Yeah, and I gesso first, and I just literally blobbed it on. Does help if you take the top off your gesso. Okay, and then my brayer. Yeah, so this, you know, I wanted to do this sort of challenge just so that we could have fun, maybe with colour and different things, you know. So that's why I'm doing it, really. And no stress, you know. We'll just pick them out and let's do it. Whatever. Don't have to think. This is just a bit of fun. Yeah. And get that nice and dry. Yeah, like that. Some say why gesso, and I like it because one, it primes the surface and it gives it extra protection, and I quite like it when it's uneven because colours pick up differently with it. Alright, so I'm just going to go and dry that because I'm using my noisy one at the moment because my other one's playing up a bit, so back in a minute. Okay, I'll do exactly the same with this side. In, cover that blue up. It doesn't matter because it's on the inside anyway, but and I've got all bits of paint on mine, okay, so that mine's quite uneven. I mean, I have got a new one, but I quite like the fact that mine is very uneven. Let's get a thread or something there. There we go. So gesso for a minute. I do gesso again, but okay. That's not 100% dry, but it's good enough because we're going to get it wet with paint. Okay, right. So let's see what order I remember I done it in. Oh, pink. Sorry, I forgot the pink. So what did I use? Okay, I used magenta, Indiana yellow, a mid yellow, and a yellow pale. Okay, and then 2 greens, pale green and yellow green. All right, that's the ones I used from Artezia. Right, and I know I went pink first. I'm going to try and do it similar to how I done it. I did do one side with brayer in at the side of me here, right, and then I done one side with this, with applying the paint and braying it that way. But I actually preferred the one where I done it on here because it went really patchy and I had sort of more sort of patchy coloured. When I done it on here, I found the colours mingled in a bit too much for me, but I still keeping that out because I've done a bit of stamping with it, if you know what I mean, with a bit of colour when I needed it, so I still might use it. So all I done was I put, hopefully you can see it. So I just put a bit of colour here, and I do one side at a time. Yeah, it just goes patchy on here, see, on there, and I quite like that, so like that. Right, and what I did do, okay, is I wet this down, so I don't like wasting it, and get a cloth, yeah, and I pick it up, right, and then I go over some like odd papers like this, you know, sort of, and I do that. All right, or just normal book pages, anything really, because you can use them. I will go and get some more. Okay, so some here, and then I just add a bit of colour on these. Okay, that's how I use up my bits of paint. There we go. Keep that there, and I'll just dry that off a tiny bit. Okay. A little bit of Indian. Oh, better do it here. Sorry, I'm gessoing now. Bit of that sort of orangey Indian yellow. That one. Try that. I know I do brighten it up with a bit of yellow, but I'm just gonna do that. That's it. And again, do the same with the colour. I'll use the yellow one here. Okay. Okay, bit of yellow. I'm just going to clean that off a little bit. See how patchy mine is? I love it. Okay. Did it just slides around on there, but it seems to work, you know. So yeah, this is where I was getting to my first video and thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? And I was really laughing at myself. Oh dear. And I don't even mind if it goes on there. Yeah. This time you soak that in a bit of tea after it. Seems to look really cool, and put a bit of gesso on it. I use them all the time in my work. Right, and that's the way I get my papers. I'll do that. Just, that's what I do. Right, I'm going to use a bit of the bright yellow. Okay, and then I'm going to use the green last. And I think I'm going to use the yellow green. Yeah, that's just a bit brighter, that one, isn't it? Yellow, pale yellow. Perfect. Okay, I'm just going to mix a bit of green on top of that one. Just let it dry. See, that's what I mean. That's just the trouble I was having yesterday with doing it on here. But I really like the result because it goes like this. This is where I'm going to pick up a bit of paint. I actually learned a lot yesterday playing around with this. It was great. So that's what I've done. So if I felt as though I needed a bit of colour anywhere, I sort of, because this is quite random, there, I'll just blend that out a bit there. Okay, I'm quite happy with that actually. Let's leave that there. Put that down. I'm just going to go over this with that bit green. You'll see this in a journal. It won't look anything like that. But. Okay, right, I'm going to dry that, and then I'm going to... Oh, wait a minute. Shall I do the tea stain? I think I will. Right, I'm going to dry that, and then I'll just put a bit of tea stain on it. Okay, and then I go over with gesso. Yeah, and see what happens. Right, so I've got my little bit of tea. Okay, it's not that strong. I use a very soft brush. Okay, and I just find I like to add it. And it sort of brings things together, really. Okay. Like that, and then dry that off. That's what I mean. Doesn't it look lovely? Okay, that's that bit done. Or I'll move that out of the way. So I won't need that until I do the other side. Okay, because we do the other side exactly the same. Alright, so I most probably won't show you that today because of losing all the video yesterday. But I'll just repeat what I'm doing here on the other side. Right, okay, gesso now. And this, I just literally dot around like that. Okay, I haven't cleaned my brayer. Right, and just it creates another layer, if you know what I mean. Because I do put a bit of paint on the top as well after. I leave some like that. I'll just put a bit there. Okay, well, I'm happy with that. That is good. There we go. Okay, and that's not, I mean, mine's a little bit, you know, because it's finished. But that is not a bad duplicate of what we got. Of course it's going to be, because the colour's totally random, but that's exactly what I done. Yeah, and then I stamped over it a bit. I think I did use a little bit of green here and there, this one here. So what I done is I put a little bit on here. Okay, a bit of yellow as well. And then it's got gesso on, but I don't mind. And I just done that. See, just added little bits of paint here and there, maybe a tiny bit of pink, but I don't want it to be too pink. And then if there was any left on here, I just sort of done that. Really. Like that. And what I might do is do that with a bit of pink. I'm taking most of it off, you see, and there's just a little bit on there. Okay, so yeah, like that. Maybe about there. Yeah, add it into that pink that we've got running through there, and maybe come down a bit. Yep. Just a bit of a blob there. Okay, and a bit on there. Yeah. Okay. Didn't do anything there. Got a little bit left on my brayer. Okay, add a little bit there, I think. And again, if you get to this stage, you think, well, actually, now I've messed it up, yeah, and I'm not sure that, you know, I've put a little bit too much pink on or something like that. Okay, all you do is you just you can do this with your finger. Just have a bit of gesso. Right, believe me, I've done this so many times. Not on this one, but I have in the past. And I sort of just tone some of that out. It's fun because you're painting with your fingers. All relaxing. It's all fun. That's what it's all about. Just playing, experimenting. And this is what I used to do in my art journal, you know, just playing with colour. And blocking bits out. And the white just creates a little bit of negative space, which is really handy. I quite like that there, going up there. Just sort of blend it out. And gesso is so forgiving anyway. Oh, I dread the day when I get the prompt that says no gesso. I'll be like, help! I will definitely be asking you all, what can I do? Yeah, I've just used all that up, see? And let's have a look. Yeah, I'm liking that. I thought I would show you what it looks like before I add my final coat of gesso. Alright, as you can see, it is pretty bad. Alright, and then that's there. So you can see what it does, yeah? So anyway, I shall do the gesso in front of the camera on this one, I think. Just blob it around. You know, look at these blobs here. So I've got to send them into the background. When I used to do art journaling, and I used to draw a face and didn't like it, I used to just go straight over it with gesso and then bring it back. Right, I'm going to dry that and then I'm going to do it again, actually. Okay, I'm just going to place a little bit more on. Don't want this. This is the inside, so There you go. And dry that off. I'm actually going to leave that as it is. Okay, I'm quite liking that. Alright, this, you don't see this, it goes up that way. Alright, and I cut that anyway off and then reattach it. Yep. That's fine. Right, okay. Stamping it is. What did I use? Yeah. Right, this is the inside. So I'm going to stamp with that stamp that I used on the other one. Coffee. I'm going to use potting soil. Okay. And this last bit here, yeah, because that's right, that's the front, that goes in here, yeah, and there is going to be a window here. So I want, even though you put a tag in the window, I still would like some of this text in this area here. So let's have a look. Do it like that. Don't worry too much because that's totally covered. This had glassine bags, so I'm just gonna do it random. You don't really see a lot of this because I cover it up with pockets and things, but might as well show you what I did. Okay, that's the inside. Now that is the front there. Okay. Right, this is the back. So have a number there. That going on. I mean, we put on this bit is the flowers and that anyway, so okay, that's it. So I'll give that a quick blast and then we'll do the napkin. Okay. Okay, I'll show you what I've done with the napkin. With this one, so I'm using a different one today. So the one that you see is, I placed it here, yeah, and I actually drew around it with water, and I come up to about here. I think I used that there, that's there, and then I come back down like that. All right, and I try to incorporate things that look quite natural coming out. So I'm going to try and do the same with this one. Yeah, so I've taken the backing off this one so I can actually see. Right, so I place it on there. The other one I actually tore off because I couldn't quite get what I wanted in the right place, and it's okay to do that, you know, but I quite like that. And where are we? Where's the top? I might cut, like I say, some of this is most probably going to come off here, top or bottom, I'm not sure yet. Right, so let's have a look. Okay, I quite fancy how far are we up? Yep, that might be all right. So to come up here, miss that one there, look. That's a good place. So I just got a brush with a bit of water on. Okay, so I'm going to come in from here. I don't want that flower there. And I actually don't want that one either. So, but I want that, but I can take that off. Right, and I'm going to come down. And any of these I can actually place up here if I want to after. Alright, I'm just getting it. Do we want to come up? We might do. Yeah, that might look interesting. I missed that big one there. We need to come down. Like that. And then drop. I'm going to drop there and then add my own bit on the end. Like that. Okay. This just gives that quite a nice effect. Okay, I'll drop right down there. I'll leave that alone for a minute. And on the other one, I actually come up a bit higher. But this doesn't lend itself to that, but we can add after. Yep, that's not a problem. I'm actually liking that. Okay, yep, all right, that is fine. So I'll get the Tim Holtz collage, distress collage medium. There we go. For quickness, you can use your normal thing that you use. I'm just using this because of quickness. And I must admit, it's one of the best things I've ever used. So, but not the cheapest. I like the way that it layers. You know, you can layer on top, and yeah, he's certainly got it right with that product. Well, he gets it right with most things, doesn't he? Right. Somebody thought I'd hand painted them. Yeah, I wish. I'd love to be able to do that. Yeah, I'm not very good at flowers at the moment. No. I don't know, I think I'm just, like I say, it's so, I'm into perfection really, you know, and doing this is why I like doing this. Trying to get away from perfection all the time, but with art, I think flowers, it just, when people draw them so perfectly. I know we shouldn't compare, I do know that, but we can't help it sometimes, can we? Especially with art. But with this sort of thing, I don't mind. I love it, and that's why it's so therapeutic to just play. Okay, right, I've got that going on. I quite like that. I just feel as though I would like a little bit more up there. Let's see what we've got. Got a bit of that flower there. And maybe something down here. But that's not really going to show up because it's quite busy down there, but I'll put something there. Yeah, didn't think it's going to show up because it's quite busy but in the background there. I think that's it. I'm liking that. That's fine. Right, let that dry. I think we're nearly at the part where we start the other video, so that'd be interesting. So yes, it's going to look different. Okay. There we go. That's done. Okay. I think this one I'm going to cut from the bottom, but the last one I found the uneven edge was at the top. Okay, so I'm going to cut off till it's about 8 1/4. Yeah, and then I get left a little bit here, which that is what I use to stick on here later on. Okay, which you'll see in the next video. All right, so I'm just going to trim that now, and then I'll be back. Okay, and that's the bit I cut off, and because I trimmed it, I got left with, you know, about 1/4 inch there, and this is what I attach it to on the next video. All right, but I think I'll do it the other way around. It was the top I attached. All right, so yeah, actually it's not going to work, because I'll tell you why it's not going to work is because I attached actually my papers to this before I stitched them in like that. So, but maybe when you do it, you do the top edge. Yeah, cut that one off instead of that one. All right. Sorry about that, folks. But like I say, it's all a retake. Okay, right. What do I do now? Oh yeah, the pocket. I'll get to that bit. I made an inside pocket here, so I'll just get that all done nicely. Sometimes you have to take a bit more off that. Just check that. And just here, see, sometimes that just need to bring it in a bit. So you just trim down there a bit. Okay, just a slither. All right, and then that stops that hitting that crease there. It's just slightly away by about 1 millimetre. Yeah. And give it a good crease. Once you're in, it's perfect. You can give it a good crease. And the same here. So what the next thing I done was I got an envelope, a DL envelope I think, and we made just a window pocket there. So I'll get that. Okay, so I just cut a DL envelope. Again, in the first video, I think I used a correspondence envelope, so this might be in a different place, which I think it is. And I had writing here or something, and I covered it up with a bit of gesso, and then I stamped it. All right, so, and also I had a bit left here to make a flap, but because I haven't, I put washi tape down that to protect it. Yeah, I usually use a washi tape that I'm not keen on, you know, something like that. Okay, I found one that I'm not keen on, so that goes along that front edge, because that's where we've got the pocket in there. I'm just going to put a bit of glue on that, so There we go. Right, and I do this pocket up a bit. Okay, with the same as this. Alright. I think I stamped mine. Mine was already painted because when I sort of added a bit of paint to it when I was doing the video. So what I will do is I'm going to ink up and stamp. I think that's all. Alright, because I quite like the way that's looking. So I'm just going to ink a bit around and also stitch all around it as well. And what I will do, if there's any bit of colour around here, a bit of pink here, look, might work. That's all I've done. I've literally done that. Yeah, it's not quite going to work. I haven't got enough. And I don't know whether I say, but any acrylic does for this. You don't need expensive products. Even kids' paints, you can do this sort of thing. Okay, and then just because we want it similar to what we're doing, I'm just gonna add a bit of gesso, bleed that out a bit. This is what I do. There, I'll brayer that on top now. That's how I get my wacky things. Let's take that off. There we go. Get a nice little pile here to use. I'll dry all them off. Oh, before I do that, I noticed a little bit of paint on the window, so just get that off. Sure that's clean. Yeah. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do now is stitch around that, and I think that's exactly where I start the next video. Okay, oh no, and put a napkin on. Okay, I think I'll do that first actually. Yeah, because I used some of this again. I'll do that first. Oh gosh, it's there, isn't it? I would like that pink flower there and something else down there, so I can do that. I can see that now, so that's all right. Let's do that a minute. Couple of pink flowers in there, so that might work. There, and then build up along here. That's fine. Right, do that. So it's different napkin, so it's a different shape going on. Okay, yep, that's good. There's a little one there and there, which they will be fine, but that's just half flowers. Right, I shall dry this. Now, I don't know whether you know, I use a bit of sponge to cover my window. Okay, gives it a lot of protection. Yeah. Put it there and I'll hold it down so there's no gap. And then I dry. Okay, what I'm going to do now, that's all dry, is stitch around. I stitched around there and all the way around. Did I do it all the way around the outside? Yes, I did. Yeah, all there and then around there twice, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. And the next part of the video, you'll see the other one. Okay, well, thank you very much for putting up with it. It's the best I could do, because it's silly me doing the whole thing again. And when that part of the video, it was all been edited and you know, it's all finished. So, right, I'll see you in the next part. Bye.